Hi, Sean Still, and in this video we're going to be talking about boards once we have navigated to a project. All right, so starting at our system dashboard, I've selected projects. I see our test project. We can see that there are. It doesn't give us an option for any other boards like these do right here. But we're going to go ahead and select our project because that's the one that we have been working with, and it opens up the board that we've been talking about. But we want to create a new board. Like I said in previous videos, a project can have almost an unlimited number of boards. A project may have multiple teams working on it. It may have multiple people in various roles. And each one of those people may have a very specific view that they want to see. And that's fine. We can accommodate that just by utilizing our boards and customizing the boards for whatever it is they need to see. So I'm going to walk you through creating a new board for this particular project. So when I go to so from this navigation pane, which is gray, so that we're in so that tells us we're within the project, and this is our project up here. We go ahead and we can select the drop down, and then we see down here we've got options to navigate to other boards if we so choose. But in this case, we're going to hit create a board, and it opens up this option of do we want to create a Kanban board or a Scrum board. In this case, we're going to select Scrum board. From an existing, and it gives us an option of doing it from an existing project or from a saved filter based upon a JQL that we built. In this case, we're just going to do it from an existing project, so we're going to hit next. We got to give it a name, so we're going to call it Sean Test Scrum Board 2. And we've got our project selected and our location selected as well. So we'll go ahead and hit create board. All right, so now it's created a new board for us. And if I look up here, I can actually see the name of the board, so I know that I'm working on the right one. But there's some configuration that we need to do on this. So we look at our active sprint and our columns aren't quite right. Easy to adjust. We come up here to board settings and we'll go ahead, and it gives us some options. I'll go over these options later on, but for right now I just want to do the bare minimum to get this board functioning. So I'm going to add a couple of new columns and take my statuses and move them to the appropriate location and then name my columns appropriately. In fact, this one, I'm just going to move those two around and make it a little bit easier on me. And I'm going to rename this column, ready. This one is going to be called review. This one is PO review. And now I've got my columns sorted out. I'm going to go back to the board, and you can see how it is configured to support our workflow. So that's how we create a new board. So now when we go back to our system dashboard, we go to projects, and we look at our project, and now we can see that we have multiple boards. All right, and now we have an option of going to the first one or the second one. In this case, I'm just going to go to the first one. All right, looks very, very similar because we configured it a similar way. This happens to be the active sprint board. And we also have the backlog. And the backlog, there's a lot going on here, so that's is something that we're going to save for a previous video. Um, but again, I want to reiterate, you can have as many boards as you want to support your project. You can have a board for each team. You can have a board for each role within the team. You can have a board set up for executives. They're highly, highly configurable. You can do it based on whatever your needs are. There's also another interesting way of navigating to boards, and I want to show you that really quickly. If you come over here to our Spyglass, our search window, and you hit that, you notice down here it says boards, filters, and projects. Okay, and then it says view all boards, filters, and projects, and allows us to look very specifically at our boards. And if we click on that, it opens up all of the boards that we have available to us. And from here, we can click on it. We can navigate if we have a long list of boards. We can create a new one. We also have the option of editing, copying, moving, or deleting. So really based on what our needs are. So that is how you create a board to support your project. Thanks, and we'll talk to you again later.